Qi is the energy. In Chinese we call Qi, in India we call prana. In many systems they have different names for that. What are the West call it? What are the American call it? We call it energy, or we call it electromagnetic power, and we are electrical men. We have electricity inside us. We need this to run our life. We have electrical energy, but we never focus it. The first step, your focus, and when you focus, you have a lot of energy immediately. So they now discovered that for thousands of years, at least written down and tapped on the wall for 2,000 years, that the abdominal area is where you can store energy. Abdominal area, yes, okay. No, you cannot store energy in the brain. You cannot store energy in the heart. Human is a very important battery that can be charged, can store and get energy. That is abdominal. So the Western discovered that the structure of intestinal is like a battery. Negative, positive, negative, positive. It can charge energy. They discovered that, but they never go on what to do with it. Scientists, they discovered the second brain hundreds of years ago. Until now, they still don't know what to do. But now, after 100 years about the breakthrough, now they discovered that we have another organ in the abdomen. They call it mesentery. This organ actually controls our digestion, absorption, and elimination. So they have one conductor. It's a big organ that covers the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas, the liver, the small intestine, the large intestine. It covers them, and they collect them. So now they understand, oh, this is the who will talk about this. The center of these new organs is in the center of the navel, right here, right in here. Okay, it's actually about this big organ, but they are on the back where they cover are the digestion, because you see in digestion you have liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, spleen, also part of that believe that, and it's big, including they are doing so many jobs in digestion. Everybody is doing a different job. If you don't have the elector, control them like the brain. So the British scientists discovered that we have a second brain, and this second brain is amazing. It conducts everything, and they don't discover that if you keep a second here warm, and this is also a battery that can store energy. People are draining their energy. So all that we don't know, and the people is exhausted because the bio battery run out. Like your mobile telephone, when your battery don't charge new use. Okay, so we're not charging abdomen, which is where dough is, and we're using our stomach really to use consume. Right, now we know that this is more than just in the digestion. Okay, they can remember, they can store. So now they don't talk about this one store emotion, negative and positive. It must yes. No, the West know that loves in the hair, right? Right, and what happened with the other organs? So love, joy, happy are in the heart, but also hatred, impatience, hastiness is in the heart. So there are negative, positive now. You have to find a balance. Some of them are too extreme. When it's too extreme, hate people and kill people. So now love and hate have to find a balance. So no negative, no sin, and no evil or goodness, because you have to find a balance. Everything in the world has to find a balance. Okay, so the heart has those emotions. Yes, and the liver has anger, jealousy, envy, frustration. It's a lot of emotional. How do we know that's in the liver? Because the dogs have already talked for those of your but we know the hair stores love and why not the other organs? I don't know I will say hair. I don't know. I don't know how we know. Just like you say, stroke your guts. Yes, I don't know where that came from because we feel it. But this is important. When people shout at you, bam, you feel like something is hitting you because the liver actually takes the anger and store it in here. So that's why they don't say, hey, if you don't clean out this one, you cannot clean out the brain. Right, okay. The brain, people think that everything what that's emotional is the brain. No. Negative emotion lie on record down in the organs. Organ by organ, like kidney. Now the West discovered also the fear in the kidney. Alright, so we have to start paying more attention to our bodies and not use our biceps and or other things like the internal parts. My master told me he said if you take care of your five major organs, the five major organs strong, it can take care of a million problems. Alright, so that's the first step. Recognize these organs are important. What's the next step in the mastery of process? For me, you know it's good to be used to do some simple exercise in the sitting position because we have fluids inside and everything is a fluid flooding. So the first step, and they don't say hey, the first step we have the spinal cord fluid flooding and when we sit on a pump. So we have the second pump and cranial pump. So there is the main pump. Also a very simple exercise, we say moving the spinal fluid and the brain fluid. So what we do, we inhale, we go like the coral, you inhale, you expand your chest, you expand your stomach, and your neck goes like this. Your chin goes back. Now, when you exhale, you curve down. So you curve everything now. Inhale, exhale. Curve enough that you feel, because we have two tendons there. When you curve them, you activate the pump. So inhale to exhale. Inhale, exhale. Cloudy and gray color out. Some things we just let go of and read that. So when you do it for a while, you rub your hands warm and you cover the sacrum and your cranium. So now when you rest off for a while, you can really feel that warm, your sacrum warm, and your cranial. This is the cranial pump. So we have pump because we stand up. So they don't say when we stand up, we're like a 24-story high. When we mount them, something mounts. I know when you can feel them, a conscious feeling about something moving, and this moving. We call it the beginning of practicing the chi. Okay, the energy, the chi flow. So when you feel that warm and you rest for a moment, you smile and you feel your spine nice and warm. And you inhale, that's how the fluid goes up. When you exhale, the fluid goes down. Inhale. So your second lumbar has to move, because, as they don't say, we have 7 pumps. Very important, because if we sit too long, we sit up a pump, and the pump doesn't work. When it doesn't work, we're tired, exhausted, and we're depending on coffee, or some people are depending on the smoke to stimulate the body to keep up. We fall about it to keep its energy. Okay, they are not chi. And now this is the flow. Now we are 2/3 of the fluid is in here. 2/3 of the fluid. So we start with the spinal fluid, and that reading technique was to get the spinal fluid going. So you go to the lower normally, 9, you rest, and another 9. If you do 9, 18, or 20, or 36, that's a good number. So you do that and you rest, you feel the flow. That's what we call energy. Okay, it's the chi flow. And then you work. Here afterwards you still feel